for Joe to come back. Yeah. Come on. I gotta bring you back in the right way. We're on the beach right now.
You by the paddleball courts.
Yeah. Let's
You
do
by
it.
the paddleball courts. That's a fact, Mike. I'm gonna let him know right now. I'm gonna drop the jewels right now, Mike. So,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
so my man is jamming to the old school. I'm gonna get it back. So here goes year one, right? We get decked out buses for each school to pop to the school to get in their new gear and their new season practice gear and their regular season gear. Like they get a bunch of Pharrells, they get a bunch of swag. I mean, we get influencers coming in over Tom Larry and Filet. They're coming down to these schools showing love. It's like crazy. And then we get an event where we open the season and Jay Critch comes in and opens up the event with us. And then we had another event with, Dame Lillard. And then, and then we got to year one is rocking. Like we're doing vignettes, like kids are like giving back and kids now communicating with LA and New York. There's been synergy. There's like good vibes. Like, and I'm telling you, these are schools that had nothing.
Right.
Like, and no disrespect to those schools. Like they were not looked at it. They were not looked at the right way. They were not appreciated the right way. They were not highlighted the right way. And all my schools that I have now, they're all stars. They're all gems. From 1 to 15. That's the reason why I really signed on to Legacy. It's not for anything else but to make sure that the 15 man on the team is just as good and get enough the same gear and the same opportunities than the first player in that team. So the philosophy, the platform, the initiative, it made sense to me. And it's all about the right intention, which is about kids. And but when I tell you, I seen these kids faces with socks, sneakers, bags. I'm talking about like every time we pull up to an event, it was Christmas time.
Yeah.
And when these kids met these athletes, the athletes fell in love with them. They sent them sneakers, and it was just a great vibe. And then here comes year two, Mo. Year two comes. We meet with the coaches. We get that jump in. We meet with a college coach. Gives us some reinvigorating things for the season 2. And shouts to the teams who won city and states and federations, in the portfolio of schools who were not looked at, right? You got South Bronx, which, champs. You got Gators, Brooklyn Lower Tech was champs. BDA was champs. FDA, I believe won, or, and everybody was competitive. And you think like these schools are like, nobody thought about these schools, right? They all look at the power.
Right? I don't know about Mike. Mike is like he's like a storage of knowledge. He said 5 legacy teams were PSAL.
Yeah. And you know what? I ain't gonna argue with that because I know how Mike goes hard with this.
Yeah,
right? And so year 2 comes, coaches meeting, we rocking. Mike will tell you we have a nice dinner with everybody. We add we add 2 new teams this to the second year. So this year we added South Shore in Brooklyn, and then we added Stevenson High School in the Bronx. So shout out to those new teams, and those programs were solid. And then year 2 comes, we have a dinner. We meet the coach. We meet the Rucker coach, talking about how to go about the game, giving coaches advice. We're rocking. We finally New York opens up Open Run. Open Run is where all the schools come to one school. It's like Midnight Madness. Everybody comes into one school. Locker rooms have their names on it, sneakers and different colors. It was like,
wow.
Like it's just like,
wow.
What they were doing, and people are gonna probably be like downgrade, like, yo, that was whack, or yo, you ain't, whatever. It's like, listen, those dudes, Adidas was doing the right thing at the right time, and it was sad because these kids who are now graduating from our legacy schools can't really go out the way we wanted to go out. But I'll go back to that. So year 2. We go open run. We were competitive. It was like we had it at Stevenson. So Stevenson gets their gym, refurbished. Kids felt like superstars. That's like my man, Ali from the Cougars said, Now things did change a little bit because we did also was launching. They were also launching Chicago. So now feel me, year three in New York. I mean in LA. Year two in New York. Year one birthed in Chicago. So here goes the lineage of like where's it going, right? So then, as Chicago was launching, we're year two, so things aren't really going the way we wanted to go. But with that being said, we had a nice open run, super solid, great talent, and then after that, we had an event with FDA. We had a couple of the WNBA girls visit the girls, talk about the season, talk about healthy living, all free. And then we had Spider Mitchell, Donovan Mitchell, come down to an event to kind of launch his new shoes, but also kind of show love to Legacy. So all these Adidas guys are really ambassadors for Legacy. These are kind of one of the first things that these athletes are pitched on when they get the shoe deals. And now when they're in shoe deals, their agents are advocating for this. And it's a give back, right? It's like, all those athletes came from the situation these kids are facing. And for them not to get back doesn't make any sense. So for them to get back the way they do, whether it's like sending a video, whether it's like recently, they Legacy just received videos from Zach Levine saying, "Yo, congratulations on being Legacy," and also from Pat Beverly. So hey, yo, Legacy Squad, just want to say what's up. This is Zach Levine, giving y'all love and shout out. I know it's tough times. Keep your head up, like. And these athletes, these are like NBA stars, right? Like. So it's like super super cool. It's super down to earth. It's so me in terms of the give back because I don't want nothing back. Scott LaRock's my homies in here, and I'm a pure give back guy. Like I don't want nothing out of it, and I'm like you. Like I want kids smiles and faces to and because those are moments I'm really enjoy the most. And like when I can sit here 20 years from now and say, what's the moments of legacy? I can tell you the same moments from now. So, shouts to Craig Williams, shouts to T Mark on the check in. TDO, what's up? So. That's what it was most. So right now,
is academics tied into that?
So basically they have to maintain what the school allows in terms of their eligibility. They have to do 3 community services, and they have to do a career fair. So that's their requirement and within the school, right? So it's one, they got to be a student athlete, they got to maintain their grades to be playing. They got to wear all Adidas gear top to bottom, and they got to do these 3 community services and a community fair, a career fair, where that's the requirements for them.
Okay. So now with the Adidas legacy, and I think I had talked to you. I know you didn't really have much time. Are they looking, because you got Mount Vernon, where they really are in the same situation. They don't have a lot. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I'm telling you, maybe you guys should start looking in those areas because they those same support. It's like we do New York City, but we forget everybody else in New York.
Well, do know that in everything I do, I try to advocate wherever I can. But Coach Love, what's up? Longwood Prep. I know to that point. I know everybody gonna hit me up now. Hold on. And I want to tell you about that story too. So, it was supposed to be originally 12 schools, right? So year one, 12 schools. He said, "Give me 12 schools." The budget wasn't the way it was, broken down to 8. Year two, we add one more school because one of the originator schools were not there no more. So we plugged somebody in. Another school got added because they were part of the Adidas Elite portfolio. So it only made sense. Craig, what's up, baby? It only made sense to bring those forces together under one plateau, under one umbrella. So my thing was to add more teams. So with them adding Chicago and them maintaining LA and then adding more to New York, there was little wiggle room to get to 12. So like Longwood Prep, or like you say Mount Vernon, Longwood Prep and those kind of schools have been that I should be there and could be there. It's just that it's about budget and what space they have to do it. Now with this COVID-19, who knows what's going to happen, right? So I haven't even got that information. But in terms of your question, in terms of like Yonkers and Mount Vernon, yes, but the rubrics that Legacy Adidas has is strictly NYC public schools. So some people have asked about Catholic schools. Some people have asked about, like you said, New York, Mount Vernon and Yonkers, as well as they should, the rubrics is only built for the public school system at that point in time because they're using that same rubrics in LA. So that's how they're doing it and justifying it. And that's what's being done also in Chicago. So as this year was going to go by and how good this was going to end, I was going to advocate for certain stuff. But this happened, and not saying it would have happened if I
Yeah,
advocated.
I get it. I get it.
Just the fact that we were getting to that place where, hey, you know what, we had a good couple of good years. Chicago did great on the Chicago. Had also NBA All-Star game was there, so it was great. So a lot of eyeball, a lot of probably some money were coming in. So I kind of felt, hey, listen, how about these getting more schools because we need some more presence in Manhattan, and we need some more presence around the city. But as you know, when you help one, you gotta help all.
So you could
I
try.
try to help everybody, and I can. And then when I say no, it's like a problem. And it's like, if my name was Joe Adidas Cruz, I would help everybody. But I'm not in that situation, and
And you
I
might
got
not help it.
and I might and at one point in time, nobody knew I was just doing it for love. I was just being a consultant. I was just trying to help out because I want my guys to get on and be well, and I want these kids to be well because it's hard to get coaches to play for these teams. I don't have nothing to track these kids too, so I get it. So these did a lot of great things for the school. A lot of kids did well academically and also behavior wise because you want that grade. You want to look like you're going to a college arena when you walk into the building. So
now is the 3-year cycle? Do they have to you have to re-evaluate the teams that you currently have, or you just put them into another contract?
So for me, it's about I evaluate, because there are expectations. Like, are you meeting those requirements in terms of the community service? Are you sharing your story with your kids about Adidas and legacy and the kids, and are they sharing stories? So there's a lot of integral parts that go into how the story is, but my coaches, my mentors are supposed to really guide and navigate that process. You know me, I'm an easy guy, but in terms of making sure those deliverables are met, Craig, you're the man too. I love you. But meeting those deliverables were my only things I had to get done. And it was none of this business for me, right? So if I'm doing all this for you and I'm advocating for you and I'm doing everything I can to get you to these events, you got to leave me halfway. So those are things I really go by. In terms of expansion, those are my own personal goals. So that's something that gets discussed when the school season's over. But like I said, having these 2 months out the way, I don't even know what that conversation is going to be like moving forward.
Yeah.
Because like you said, we look at Adidas Legacy as a small pot. Adidas stores aren't open.
Right, there's no money coming in.
There's no money coming besides online. So how can you advocate for Legacy or any platform, even the AAU programs? Everything's shut down because where is this money coming in? So like you said, it's a cycle. So right now we're in the middle of hey, Ms. Bond, hey, Sharon. So we're in a situation where we just don't know, but we're hoping that there's some feedback we can give heading into the new school year.
And like you said, you don't know. So my next question is the possibility that this coronavirus messes up everything and it pauses the program, but you don't really know. You know what I mean?
I mean, I don't know, but it could because they're going to follow what what the NYC school system does.
Oh yeah.
So you know what I mean, and whatever PSCL does, though they can't infiltrate those entities. So it'll be a contingent on what their rules are going to be. That's what I'm saying earlier when we said things are going to change, not only for street basketball, but for schools and PSCL and so on and so forth. So right now is an unknown. We just don't. I don't know, and I assume that they will know once the city and state and the governor and whoever powers that be get together and carve up these new set of expectations.
So Joe, who are you outside of basketball? I mean, what do? You work a full-time job or something?
Yes, I do. Believe it or not. So I used to work in non-profit agencies for 20 years. So my get back was real. So I was doing 5 days a week plus 2 days on the weekend. So, when I say a timeout was needed, a timeout was needed. So you get my drift, right, OG?
Definitely.
So now I recently acquired a new job about 2 months ago. It'll be 2 months. I work for the city now. So I'm grateful to get a job in the pandemic with all that's going on. So I sound sensitive by saying that, but But to answer your question, I work in this. I work for the city. I'm actually behind the scenes working with these not-for-profit agencies, so that they, you know, have money to put the lights on and keep their programs going, even remotely, and then trying to figure that whole thing out too.
Okay. So how is the family? You guys good?
We're good. Yeah. We're good.
Yeah.
Everybody's stationary right now. Like I said, we were going back and forth to figure out what Hoops in the Sun was gonna kind of unveil to this summer. I put a post on our Instagram of our letter to the fans and let them know what we're doing. And I think it's great that we let our fans know earlier than later, sooner or later. And then for me, just kind of sitting and waiting to see how I will be planning for FY21. I'm interested to see what happens with Legacy. I'll still be having my job staying active. But in terms of how those other pieces kind of fall in place, those would be my next thing to tackle. And besides that, I'm a social butterfly. So right now, this is like really quarantine for me. I really don't like being indoors. But in terms of getting back to that, we're far from that. But in terms of who I am, I'm a cool cat. Just loves to be around creativity and the craft of basketball. Be around people who love the game, but also people who are genuine. And then I have friends beyond that, and I do my own thing. So I got a couple of alter egos, Mo. So
Yeah, that's what I was
the
trying to
real
say.
people know who I am. So let's
Right,
be yourself.
exactly. We know Joe the Beach with the 100 degrees on the head, but you got to do other stuff. And then I
For
saw the
sure.
legacy, and I know that's a big initiative. Like people don't understand that even though we're in basketball, it may not be our full-time job. You may
Yeah.
be involved with other stuff. People are gonna leave here and say, "Wow, I didn't know that." You know what I mean? I'm sure people are gonna reach out to you now about the Adidas legacy, but they have to understand you don't control budget. So, Coach Love is just gonna have to wait. Coach
I
Love,
know, but and with all respect, she's not the only one.
yeah.
And again, if I was in a situation, I'd be the same way. So I don't really take it to any way. I just it's just disheartening when I can't give you the answer I want to give you. You feel what I'm saying? So I wanna help everybody. I want to be in a position to empower kids and programs, and I think that's been my mission since my dad put that in my hands since I was 22 years old. So um, you know, I'm willing to carry this torch as long as I keep doing it. And to me, guys like you have the kind of platform to speak on speaks volumes of where we at and how we can really do business together. But I'm looking forward to seeing what the next couple months entail, and just kind of take it day by day, take care of the family, and just try to stay safe.
Well, like I said, if we can ever collab on something, or we're open to it. You know what I mean? It's not a big thing.
I think ideally we should think about next summer, maybe at our special events days, we
Yeah,
can
yeah.
incorporate your programs with ours and kind of do like a East and West type of thing, and do a co-collaborative.
You know what I thought, and I know New York versus New York beat me to it, but I was like, we have these tournaments. It should be one team from Hoops by the River, and one by Dykeman, and one by Uptown, and like we should play and play for a chip. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But you know, New York versus New York kind of beat me to that. But that would have been nice. You know what I mean? Like, and I think we should still do it. It may not be in the same vein as New York, but we should create something where we get more kids involved in something like that. You're sending a team to play somebody in Uptown. Uptown is sending somebody up
yeah,
there. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
create rivalries, nothing crazy, but play for true champions of New York, include Brooklyn. I'm not, we're not excluding anybody. But like, yo, you want to be the best in New York? You got to go play these other teams in New York. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I
So,
think that New York is a dope, great idea. I just think that you know we didn't all do it together because it does all depends on the representation of the sponsor and who these leagues are affiliated. But I agree with that. No matter what affiliation any tournament has, I think that we can do something bigger
yeah,
in terms of
get like a team.
a mass appeal, right? So, but if you and your team that do what you do want to get into a room and talk, I mean, I'm willing to listen and have a conversation.
No
So,
doubt,
you
no
can
doubt. And
you
I'm
can
sure that we
that. So,
probably could get other people to listen to it too. You know what I mean? It's just a
yeah,
matter of, hey, this is what I'm thinking, and Joe is with it. Because once people hear a name other than yours, they
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
let me see what they're talking about, and then the ones that don't want to see what you're talking about want to get in after it's already successful and it becomes harder. So, I'm just thinking, and who knows, somebody might run with it just because I said it. But like, yo, let's get these teams that we deal with. Let's, and maybe
I
get
think
everybody.
your name is perfect. NY Cup. I just think your name is perfect. I think that's how,
Whatever.
you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying in
Yeah,
terms
yeah,
of
yeah.
like as an overarching theme, right? Like what is going to be the theme to bring everybody
I see
together?
what you're
But have a
saying.
theme. So NY Cup can mean anything. It's universal. So
Right. We get
I'm
somebody.
giving you feedback. I think you should go into the basement and dungeon and start doing
I'm
it.
already in the basement.
Well, you need to stay there because you're quarantined and start mapping this up because I
I
think you have a
might,
good
but you know what?
idea.
I will
I
because
think you
I,
do
I
because
think
right now when we're paused is when we make the most magic and creativity. So I'm telling you today, like if you don't sit back and talk about doing that and get it to a point where you can put it in front of like my face and other people and take it serious, like I can get it to that point.
all right. Well,
But
I'm
the
gonna do it.
foundation and everything gotta be laid out.
I'll
Yo,
do
Swift,
it.
what's good? And Joey.
I'm gonna reach out to you. I know Sharon's on, so she's already gonna,
Yes.
she's already gonna know what I'm talking about, and maybe we can get something like that. You know what I mean? Even
Yeah.
start with a.
Like even Sharon and people that were on here like can be great advocates for that. But in terms of like having a
Yeah.
foundation to be a core of your people that really want to see it go in a
Right.
certain direction,
Right.
and then if it kind of leaks into our tournaments, it leaks in or becomes its own organic entity. I think that should be a conversation with you guys in terms of what you guys created. So
Yeah.
it'd be
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah.
Dope.
I'm gonna put that on top of
I
everything.
got you. Now I got your mind
Right.
scrambling. See, I
I put
got your
that on
mind
top of everything
scrambling.
else. But I just think that to say you got trophies and we're the best in New York. Well, let's make something where all right we repping our borough. You know what I mean? So
That's what it's all about.
I appreciate you coming on, man.
Hey Mo,
You
it's a
know,
pleasure, man.
give your contact info, give all
Okay,
the stuff so the people
got you.
know.
Got you.
And anything else you think they should know.
Well, listen, Mo, you know how we and you go way back. Not many people know that you took a chance on me putting your girls' team and teams in my tournament. So I respect you
Yeah,
and I appreciate the opportunity taking that leap of faith. And ever since then, we always connected. So thank you for this platform and bringing me on to
no
your
doubt.
world. So if you want to contact me for Hoops in the Sun related issue, Hoops in the Sun, it's at Hoops in the Sun on Instagram and at Hoops in the Sun on Twitter. And if you want my email address, it's hoops in the sun, the same way you spell it. The last three initials is INC, so hoops in the sun inc at gmail.com. And my website is hoopsinthesun.com, so you can catch me there. And Coach Spencer is always family, especially with you and Mo, so appreciate being here tonight.
All right. Well, we'll definitely talk. Appreciate you having. This was a kind of different talk, I guess, for you. Because I've seen some of the lives you're on. You talk about games and but we like to get information out.
Hey, this is different, and keep it like that because it's organic and it allows you to get into the like how referee I see the lenses. It gets you to get ideas and start sparkling what you need to put into what you need to put in, or even myself. So you keep doing that, and my route is going different. Like everybody has their own Instagram live agenda. Mine is to kind of have this appeal, show a game, maybe do an interview in a game. Keep it fresh because if we keep doing the same thing, we're gonna get bored and we'll be endorsed in August.
All
Unfortunately, so
right, man. Well, you have a good night, man. I
Mo,
appreciate
man,
that.
stay blessed.
All right.
My blessings to the family. Stay safe and be well,
You
man.
are.
And Jay Lloyd, love you too. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Appreciate the love, all right?
All right. Good night.
Good night, brother. Amen.